Should I buy a car right now? Should I buy a car or not? Or should I buy a car during recession? Hi, this is CF Liu. In the context of 2020, you know that after 3 months, Malaysia has gone through this lockdown period or MCO due to COVID-19. The government, through its Penjana initiative, has actually imposed or waived a sales tax exemption of 100% for all locally assembled cars and up to 50% of sales tax exemption for all imported cars. Now here's the tricky part. Will people actually buy cars now? Like suddenly there is a surging demand for passenger vehicles or cars when they are jobless, they are being retrenched, or the economic outlook is actually very gloomy, and when you have an insecure job prospects, or when business owners are down to their last month of savings before closing down because they don't have sufficient funds to pay the staff, to pay for the rental, or to pay for the operating expenses in their businesses. So what is the real reason why our Prime Minister of Malaysia really says that they're going to waive all the sales tax or exempt sales tax? Is it really for your benefit, or is it really something hidden behind? Like they say, ada udang di sebalik batu. So yes, there is definitely ada udang di sebalik batu, because what you probably understand is only the tip of the iceberg. And the real reason for them announcing the sales tax exemption for passenger cars which are locally assembled or even imported is the fact that they want to sustain the local automotive industry. They want to keep the local automotive industry intact. Companies like Perodua, Proton, or even some foreign brands that have their factory assembling cars in Malaysia. It prevents them from collapsing. As you see that even those foreign luxury car makers like Bentley or Aston Martin are actually having mass retrenchment on their staff. In Malaysia, you don't see that yet, right? So this move is actually not to your benefit. It is actually to prevent the automotive industry in Malaysia from collapsing entirely. Why? Well, there's too many people that is working in multiple sections along the supply chain of an automotive industry. For example, we are talking about the manufacturing. We are talking about the suppliers that actually provide parts for those cars manufacturers. We are talking about car service industry and other far-reaching ancillary industry that I couldn't even name everything, and that includes logistics sector that actually supports the local automotive industry. Basically, the entire supply chain of the industry that is actually supporting the car industry. So now you know, if you buy a car now, know that the first people who actually earn, the first party that actually benefit a lot from this sales tax exemption is not you. Probably you are the one that benefits the least from this sales tax exemption on passenger vehicle, because the other parties that benefit the most are the automotive industry itself. And even the banks benefit from this. After interest rate is being cut, you know that they are being squeezed on their profit margin when it comes to mortgages. But car loan or hire purchase loan, it is calculated based on fixed rate, not a floating rate. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, comments below and I will send you an article explaining the difference between the interest rate that you are seeing on a car loan, which is different than the interest rate that you are seeing on your house loan. In other words, if you buy a car now, you are actually getting the shortest end of the stick, because the longest end of the stick actually benefits the automotive industry as a whole and also the banks. Now, the only reason why you want to buy a car now or even after this sales tax exemption expire is the fact that you are using that new car for any income generating activity. That's right. What am I talking about? Now, you want to click on the upper right hand corner, previous earlier video that I made on why you should buy a car first instead of a house. And that is the only reason why you should prioritize buying a car. On a side note, I also see there's certain property guru who's actually adding oil to fire by saying that this is the time you should buy a property, because if you buy a property and then you could actually use the rental income received for the next 3 years to get your BMW for free. Now, here's what's wrong with this statement, because nobody can actually guarantee you will get a consistent rental income. So this for me is so mind-boggling, because in investment, if you think like that now, it seems like very aspirational, inspirational, but in my opinion, that is a very unethical way to actually say that. It's more like a marketing and sales talk. So at the end of the day, to answer the question of should I buy a car now or not, boils down to why you want to buy the car now. Is it because of silly reason like to boost your ego? You want to impress other people, your relative, your friends, your colleague, that some of them you might not even know that well or might not even like? Or are you really using the car that you're going to buy now for income generating activities? Yes, you could actually use a car for income generating activity. Now, to understand what I'm referring to, or I'm talking about, just click on what is popping up on the upper right hand corner to understand that is the only reason you should buy a car now at the same time taking advantage into the temporary exemption of sales tax in Malaysia.